Yes, I'm the co-founder and CEO of GoOpti, and GoOpti is a dynamic airport shuttle platform. And what does that actually means? Maybe we start first with actually what problem we're solving. So maybe all of you here already had that anxious feeling when actually traveling to the airport. It's just because when you go with your personal car, you never know how jammed will be the streets. And then usually always it goes really tight to catch the flight. And the same thing is with taxi. You just don't have to search for these parking spots, which are usually quite expensive. But so is the taxi, especially with a bit longer distance. And if you look at these 12 million passengers that are every day going to and from the airports, only a fraction of them has this luxury that nearby their home is some kind of bus or train station that has direct connection with the airport. So everybody else that uses public transportation actually has to connect once, maybe even more, which becomes really an annoying experience. And there is one thing that all these types of services have in common, and this is that they're all unreliable. So how much you plan with all the tools, knowledge, and experience, in the end, traffic and public transportation are just unpredictable. And then if we look on our supply side, van operators usually are small entrepreneurs with a few vehicles, mostly executing private transportation for hotels, airports, aggregators, companies. And they have no technology to actually increase their revenue, especially not offering the shared transportation. So here we come into the picture. So we are a marketplace platform creating opportunities and providing reliability to our platform members. So if we look at the first dynamic pricing and pooling, with that we are actually enabling a new demand that is happening that before could not exist. And with that we are creating opportunity for our passengers to travel easier, cheaper, and more often. And then with risk management, we actually take care that with this shared transportation, our van operators actually make more money. And the result are truly satisfied clients, because they go from their home at their desired time or within their desired time frame, and in the end get really reliable service. And we actually forecast the departure times based on actual planned situations on the road. So we really take care that nobody is late for the plane. And even if it happens, we just buy them a new ticket. And on the van operator side, on the supply side of our marketplace, our van operators already in the second year triple the revenue, which means also extra revenue, better utilization of their vehicles, of their drivers, which means extra profit. And here on the slide, you see actually the growth of our small city franchise, how it's growing and what take rates it achieves. And yes, the great part is doesn't work only for the big cities, for heavy populated routes. It's actually that we started in a smaller city and now expanded to small and medium-sized cities, mostly that don't have an airport or a really small airport that doesn't have much direct connections. So the people traveling to the cities or from the cities, they just, to fly cheaper or direct or on desired time or date, need to fly from some bigger airport in the region, meaning driving there for 1, 2, 3 hours. And on these routes, there is competition, but not really actually. We more see competitors as our complementors to the world without personal car. Flixbus operates on most of the routes we operate, and we coexist perfectly because they are really good city-to-city service, but stop at the airport only if it's on the way, and usually don't have the frequency that can match actually our adjustable departure times from early mornings to late nights. And of course, buses take longer, they are usually not punctual, and they don't pick up at home. And then BlaBlaCar is a really amazing service, but even their most loyal clients cannot risk that they would not be picked up at the right time, so potentially missing the flight. And then it's Uber and Get and taxis, which are very comfortable service, but for the longer distances it gets quite expensive. And even Uber Pool cannot actually compete with costs of personal car, which is our real competitor. But here we are very successful because we are actually optimizing for 8-seater vehicles and of course for the return way, which means there is no empty kilometers. And our ambassadors, they're a really important part of our platforms, especially for the go-to-market strategy initially, because these guys immediately understand the value of our service. Travel agencies can sell more of the products for multiple airports. Hotels and resorts get better accessibility. Airlines were increasing their catchment area, and companies can decrease the costs of the corporate travel. So 2 years ago, we changed the business model. We have USP flexible and reliable as a personal car for the price of a bus. So flexibility, we can solve with our pooling algorithms, and low prices with probability models. But reliability, it's possible to achieve only with passionate entrepreneurs that take GoOpti as a personal story. And with franchising, we found that. So now, since the change, we have quite good results. We have much leaner operation expansion team, lower cost of go-to-market, and now we're focusing on finding actually enthusiastic entrepreneurs that we give them the brand, the know-how, the platform, digital advertising, but in the end, it's on them to make the city or the route profitable. So now, after these small and mid-sized cities, after medium to long distances, now we're going toward also metropolitan areas, connecting them with the airport hubs in the vicinity, and actually working on two-way integrations with existing public transportations, as we see that, especially in the bigger regions, now some services are good enough. So they just need our add-on of reliability and route planning. Because we want to bring peace of mind to every passenger traveling to the airport. So thank you very much.